What's up, you guys? This is kind of weird for me because I've never really put myself in this position to talk about this, but I wanted to talk about relationships. Not like the lovey-dovey stuff, like, oh, you're both in love, but when it's one wants something that the other doesn't, kind of thing, or being unavailable when you're available. As you can see, this is really hard for me to talk about. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's reality. And the reality of it is that you're gonna like someone that's not always gonna like you back. They may be cuter than you, or they may be not cuter than you. They may be smarter than you, or you might be smarter than them. It doesn't really matter. But it all depends on if you want to be with someone, you have to make sure that they're emotionally available for you. If someone, someone isn't in the right place to be in a relationship with you, they're emotionally unavailable. And when you start liking someone that's emotionally unavailable, it becomes really toxic to you. Not because they're a bad person, because they're not a bad person. They just want different things than you. But you have to understand that even though you like that person, they're not going to say no to you. If you're going to want to be with that person or hook up with that person, they'll do it because they still want the benefits of a relationship but don't want to be in one. Simple as that. Like I said, they're not a bad person and you're not weak, but I'm going to tell you something that I realized. I was in that position where I started liking someone that was emotionally unavailable, and I thought to myself, I'm weak, I let my feelings get in the way. Why do I have to have feelings? Why do I have to be so passionate? Why do I always have to be the one that gets hurt? Well, let me tell you something. The strongest person is the person that is willing to let themselves go and actually feel for someone else and actually let that person into their lives. So there's nothing wrong with falling for people. There's nothing wrong with wanting a relationship, with wanting to be held, with wanting to be loved, and loving them back. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that would be wrong with that is if you fell for someone that doesn't want the same thing. If you want the love, and if you want the same type of emotion that you're giving out, and the same kind of love, and the same kind of touches and feeling, and passion, then you're going to want to be with someone, or you need to be with someone for your own sake. You need to be with someone that wants the same thing, that wants just you, that wants the same things you want and just you, because unemotionally available people are going to want the same thing that you want, but not just with you. They're going to want it with a lot of other people because they don't want to be with just one person. And like I said, they're not a bad person. There's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with that. It just causes a lot of toxicity, and it causes a lot of problems. And I'm sorry to say, but for the person that's giving and loving, that's gonna hurt you the most, because you're gonna want the same thing back and you're just not gonna get it back. And I know that's hard to hear. It was hard to hear for myself. It took me a while to figure it out. It took me a while to, see behind me and look at it from an outside perspective. And it took a lot of tears, and it took a lot of heartbreak. It took a lot of emotional, just darkness, I guess you could say. Maybe even some call it craziness, who knows. But it takes a lot out of a person, and you don't want that. So look at where you are right now from an outside perspective, as if you were looking into the relationship, and see, is this really something you should be allowing in your life, or do you deserve better? Because once you realize that, then it's going to be easier to walk away from that situation and leave that person. And that's what you're gonna have to do, because you can't ask for something. You can, but you can't expect something from someone that won't give it to you. You know what I mean? So the main thing is, this usually starts off with friends with benefits. One person usually starts feeling more and starts getting feelings. Usually it's a girl, and it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on the person. Not necessarily always the girl, but that's why I don't condone friends with benefits, because it ruins friendships. And so yeah, that's something that I wanted to talk about, because it's real and it happens to the best of us, but you move on and you learn from it and you find yourself in the process. So have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.